Hello, everybody. Hello from jolly old England. How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing okay. Thank you, Patricia, for jumping in and being our greeter, and welcome everybody. Thank you to, who was it that sent that super sticker already? I haven't done anything. I think it was Marie. Let me just make sure. Yes, Marie Olga, thank you so much for the super sticker. I hope everyone's doing well. We'll jump right in if that's okay and get as far as we get. And I will do name checking at the end, and that's how we'll do it. So thanks for showing up on a Saturday night. I guess it's Saturday Night Live. Yeah, so thanks for doing this on the fly on a Saturday, and we'll be back on our regular Thursday night schedule pretty soon, in a couple and more. I think we'll do it kind of weird times, but it'll be on Thursday. And yeah, all right, so let's get started. Let's see what the first question is. A lot in the news, I know that. I haven't seen it, but I know there's a lot going on. All right, so Trump posted an image of Biden tied up on the back of a truck in a video. What? Will there be repercussions for Trump? Some see this as a threat to the president. Interesting. Okay, let's see if it will go anywhere. I'm not really seeing that. I'm getting more of like a cease and desist kind of thing, like a take it down kind of thing. More of a warning, shot across the bow, that kind of thing. Yeah, it comes across to me more like that, more of a that kind of thing, rather than a it going further, charges or being sued or something like that. It feels more just like cease and desist, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what it comes across as. So I know Giselle says he gets away with so much. Yes, he does. He's just that way. Yes, he does. He gets away with too much. He keeps moving the goalpost, he keeps doing that. So yeah, it's gross. What's Trump's end game in trying to incite violence? Okay. It comes across as kind of like chaos and division, but it also comes across as like distraction. Kicking up dust. It's coming into, do you guys remember, this may be too far back, but it, when, during the 2000 election in Florida, when all those people, they turned out to be, just people that were told to go do this, but it seemed like a spontaneous protest, and they made them stop counting the votes, and they were banging on the windows and stuff. It's to disrupt the electoral process. That's what I think that they're getting at by showing me that. So it's to disrupt things, and it's to disrupt the process and make things difficult, hard to have like just a normal election and just do normal counting and do all the normal things we do in an election. It's to disrupt things and make things difficult for everybody. It's also to intimidate, because I feel like there may be some things happening at like polling places and places where people go to vote. So it's also to like physically intimidate as well. But I feel like the overall hope is to just disrupt everything and make everything so chaotic that we're not sure what we're doing and that kind of thing. The problem is for him, it's not a problem for us. The problem is for him is that there aren't enough people. There aren't enough people willing to do this. There aren't enough people willing to do his bidding anymore. Most of the people willing to do that are in jail or they're heading to jail. So it just seems like there isn't the mass response that he wants, this big, eruption, disruption. It's just not there. So I think it will kind of, there may be little things here and there, but it kind of lands with a thump. It doesn't really go anywhere or do anything big like he wants. But as far as an end game, that's what I'm getting, is that it's more to disrupt, maybe intimidate, and just make things so like chaotic. It's like, we don't know who won. We don't know what's going on, that kind of thing. But it's not enough. It's not going to work in the way that he'd like it to work. But that's what he's trying to gin up and trying to get going. Okay.
There was an interesting interview I saw with one of these experts on sort of autocrats and how they do that routinely. And it reminded me when Trump was at the Live, like one of his golf courses during the Live golf tournament, he said on camera, like, nobody knows what happened on 9/11. No one got to the bottom of that. And I was like, what? Well, my brain started to melt. And it was like, why would you say that? We know exactly who did it. We know that it was Saudi Arabia was involved. We know exactly who they were. But that's an autocrat's playbook, to just deny reality and just confuse it. And the same thing with the election, We'll never know. We'll never know who won. So it's me. I won.
Right. That makes sense.
Also, you have to see this picture of Luca and the cat. The cat's all blurred out. You can't really see him. But they're like together.
Such a cute picture.
That's their band photo. Cat dog.
I'll put it on the community page because it's a really cute picture of the two of them together. But yeah, thank you everybody too for praying for little Luca. He's doing better. He's walking, taking his little walks again, and he's doing much better. So thank you so much. Cassie's doing good. Thank you for asking. So yeah. Everybody's good. Knock on wood. Everybody's good. Okay. Ukraine will be forced to retreat without U.S. aid, according to Zelensky. Will the U.S. get to them? Get it to them. Okay. Right. So I'm getting a yes, but I'm getting like striking a deal. So I feel like there's some kind of deal that's going to go down with Democrats and maybe some Republicans or something like that. But I feel like they're drawing up a deal, or they're going to work out a deal. So I'm getting a yes on that. Okay. So that's, and anytime it's kind of like it could go either way, start manifesting it, start visualizing them kind of pushing things back and getting their land back, and just start making it happen, help and make it happen. Because if we're on the edge, we can make a difference by doing things like that, praying, putting out good energy and visualizing. Okay. So yeah, but I'm getting a yes. But it's going to take some kind of fancy footwork on the Democrats' part and striking a deal. Okay. But thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight. I wasn't sure, night before Easter, I wasn't sure what we'd have, but thank you so much for coming and hanging out on a weird night, impromptu night. Will Democrats step in to help MAGA Mike Johnson if Marge, the GOP cave troll, tries to oust him? Okay, let's see. So this is actually where the deal might come in, because I feel like they're willing to just let them just keep fighting it out because they're not doing anything anyway. So I feel like they at least feel like it really doesn't look good for them when they have another Speaker of the House come in and thank you, Itanari, or one Tanari, and it does not look good. And so it hurts them. So I feel like they are very willing to just step back and just say, this is your guys, this is you, this is on you guys, this is your problem. But I feel like this may be, I'm just chills with that. This may be part of how they make a deal. So it plays right into the last question, I feel like. So, and I feel like, I don't know why this is coming in, but I feel like Jeffries has a really strong dislike for Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I feel like anything to stick it to her, he's okay with. If I feel like there is a real dislike there for her in particular, whatever reason that came in, it just came in. So, okay. So if he has a ability to stick it to Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think he will. Yeah. Even over Mike Johnson. Yeah. In Missouri, Lucas Kuntz is challenging runaway boy Josh Hawley. Hawley is currently leading by a +14 margin. Any chance Kuntz could still beat Hawley in November? So I'm getting that Hawley may have to drop out or leave at some point. If he stays in, I think he may win. I'm getting something weird about him having to step away or step aside or something. So if he manages to stay in it, I think that Josh Hawley will win. But I'm getting something weird on this side here that it seemed to precede this. So I think it's closer than that. I don't think it's that far apart. I don't think there's a 14-point margin. I think it's closer than that. But I'm getting something about him having to like leave the race. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. It's kind of odd. Yeah, that's what I got. If he stays in, I think he'll win. But there's something about him having to possibly step aside or leave the race. So. Oh, good. Some people like this time. Okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the 3 p.m. time, but for me, it's just too late to go on at 6:30. It's like the middle of the night. So good. All right. Jack Smith has apparently lined up a number of witnesses in the case against Trump for the events of January 6th, including a number of congresspeople. Is this related to Hawley? Oh, of witnesses. This related to Hawley. I don't think so. I'm not getting that feeling. Most of them feel like people that are already out of the MAGA camp. They're not really in the MAGA camp either anymore, or they're not really in Congress. They haven't really been like playing that game. So I feel like there won't be any, to me, it doesn't feel like there'll be any like, oh my gosh, him, or I feel like it will, it will be people that it's like, oh yeah, that guy, he doesn't like Trump, or, you know what I mean? So to me, it doesn't feel like Holly. It doesn't feel like that. So that's what I'm getting. You've been a member for 8 months. Yes, join the club if you guys want to join the club. It's the only place that I really do personal readings anymore. I do the mini readings every month. So yeah. Anyway, so no, I'm not getting that it's related to Holly. At least that's what I'm getting. Will Hakeem Jeffries become Speaker of the House before the November election as the GOP's advantage continues to erode? I always saw him taking the House, and I couldn't imagine a scenario why. I thought maybe they'd start arresting these people, but this could be why. But I'm going to check on that now just to see, because it's been kind of weird. Yeah, I feel like there's a really, really good chance that he may take the speakership before. And it feels very, exhausting. There's something very exhausting about it. And so I don't know if it's after another round of like speaker, who's going to be the speaker, that kind of thing. It feels like, finally, like, so it feels like it's kind of like crawling to the finish line, so it has that feeling of like, finally. But it does feel like, to me, it feels like he is going to take it, but it's going to be a really exhausting battle or an exhausting experience. Okay. And James Cox says early as May, maybe. So that would be wonderful. I will start manifesting that, James, because that would be wonderful. With the raid on Puff Daddy's home, do authorities have enough evidence to make a conviction stick? Horror stories have apparently been circulating for years about raps. Right. So I thought this would come up. If it didn't, I was going to bring it up anyway. So a couple of days ago, we kind of heard a little bit about it, and my sister started reading some of this stuff, and I'm like, I do not want to hear this. This is going to be just too upsetting. So I kind of let it go for a couple of days. Then today, she went home. She was visiting from Salt Lake. She went home. And I was cleaning. And as you guys, if you follow me, you know that a lot of times when I clean and I'm by myself, I get messages or downloads. And so I wanted to read you. I wrote everything down so I would not forget. And this is what I got around this case. And I thought maybe this is the way to do it, because I didn't want things to come in that would be I feel like guides are good at knowing what I can and cannot handle. But so this is what I got. There is a male that was involved with him several years ago. This is all from this download today. There's a male that was involved several years ago with him that left, and he went to rehab, got clean, something like that. So I don't know if he was a drug addict or an alcoholic or something, but he got clean. I also got a major religious feeling about him, that he was into religion now, or found religion. I also felt like he was a family man now. I also felt like he had been suffering for years with guilt and regret and shame over his time with Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, with him, and has been kind of tormented emotionally by this. He what I got was that he was instrumental in the raid that happened. That I even saw him sitting down with the FBI cops, whatever, and having maps laid out and saying like, this is here, go into this room, go into this place, this is what you'll find, this is what you'll find. Just got chills with that again. Yeah, so he was instrumental. The other thing that I got is that he feels this is his destiny. He feels like this is his destiny to take this guy down, to make everything come out. I already said the maps thing. I also got that he felt like he was on the outer edges, that he wasn't in the music industry. He wasn't an artist. He wasn't a producer. He wasn't an owner or whatever of a music label. It felt like he was on the outer edges. And to me, he felt like a protector. And so I either thought he's either a bodyguard or he's like a lawyer or something like that. But I felt like he feels like this is his destiny, that this is what he's on this earth to do, is to end this and to take this guy down. And I also feel like he is trying to make purpose out of what he witnessed and what he's gone through. So he's saying like, this is my destiny. Like I said, I got a very strong religious vibe from him, that he has found religion. He has very connected or close relationship with God. He feels he's very involved with God. And I don't know. I feel like this guy is so protected. And I feel like this is not part of the deal, but part of the understanding was that he's protected, and that he will be like a major witness, but he's going to be a protected witness. So I don't know if we'll ever know who this is. But I am telling you that he is not going to stop until this guy is behind bars or this guy goes to jail. He feels incredibly like he is on a mission. He feels incredibly determined. Just, that's the light way of saying it, because it just feels like he will not stop. So that's what I got. I haven't seen anybody like this. If you guys have, let me know. But he didn't feel like I know some people are saying like Usher, or like someone earlier said like Justin Bieber. He didn't feel like an artist. He feels like he's on the outer edge. And like I said, kind of a protector. And so what I got was maybe a bodyguard, a lawyer. I don't know who else plays that part in that world, in that the rap world and the hip hop world. I'm not sure, but that's kind of what I felt. I know they always have big entourages, so it could just be like an entourage member. But this guy's out to end all of this and to bring everything out into the open. So, so that's what I got. So I feel like this is kind of the answer to that question, in that I feel like this guy, whoever this is, has the information, definitely was an insider at one point and knows a ton. I feel like he's not going to stop until this is broken up or people go to jail. So that's what I got. Lily Rose asked specifically, did he feel this coming, or was it a total shock? Okay, that's a good question. That is a good question. So So I feel like a rising paranoia with him. Like there was a ramping up of paranoia with him. I feel like people around him felt like something was coming or something could come soon. But he feels like almost like a flipping back and forth with feeling kind of invincible, like they'll never catch. I can do whatever I want, invincibility, and then switching over to kind of paranoia, big time paranoia. He has a major, or just for entertainment purposes only, he comes across as a major addict to me. There's a real like drug thing here that feels like it is starting to like affect his health and his brain. So taking that into account as well, I think there's this kind of mega ego happening where it's like nothing can ever touch me, and this other side that's kind of paranoid and worried all the time. So it's to me it flips back and forth, and I feel like it depends on his usage, how he's using or when he's using and that kind of thing. I feel like people have been telling him for quite a while that this could be coming, this was coming. One second. There's a woman too. I feel like there's a woman that was either going to sue him or suing him or something. But I feel like she was important in this as well, like in getting this to actually happen as well. So I don't know like enough of these people, or I mean, I really am unfamiliar with with anybody who might be involved in this or whatever. But there's a woman that feels like she's definitely close to the situation, and I'm getting like suing or sued or something, or suing, and is involved in this. And I felt like she knew it was coming, or she got tipped off, or she knew this was going to happen. So I feel like everybody, it just feels like several people the days before this were holding their breath. Like, is this going to happen? Is this actually going to happen? That's his ex Cassie. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. So I guess there are rumblings in his circle or around, or somehow getting back to him. But for him, it was kind of a back and forth of like, no one's ever going to do anything to me, and complete paranoia. If that makes sense. Oh, Mia says her complaint set this in motion. Okay, well, so maybe it was her then. Maybe she knew, because it feels like it kind of, for whatever reason, she's coming up as being like, kind of knowing this was coming or knowing it was about to happen, and kind of not letting him know, but kind of talking about it like this is about to happen. Mental cleanse, right? Exactly. Mental and spiritual, emotional cleanse after that. Yes, exactly. Dem candidate for 2023, Josh Shapiro or Gavin Newsom or somebody else. Oh, 2028. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. 2028. Okay. I actually think it could be Gavin Newsom. I like Gavin Newsom, so I could be totally biased there, but I do actually feel like it might be him. But I also feel like it's going to be kind of a wide, like a lot of people, kind of like the last one where there was like all these people on stage. It feels like that. So it will definitely narrow down. But it kind of feels like it might be him. It can change, it can change. But I also feel like there are people that haven't come out yet who are like, haven't quite decided if they're running or not. And that could change things. So that's what I'm getting.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed, I wrote new scum because Donald Trump gets that crap out into the universe, and that's how he like inserts himself. And I didn't even see it until you read it, and I'm like, what the hell?
New scum. Yeah, he's such a bleh. He's such a bleh. Are there any broader energy shifts as we approach the election in November? Okay. Well, I always thought, I got, back in September, I got that, fall and the winter were going to be really rough. I felt like something lifted and it felt like March and April, something lifts. Like there's some feelings of hope, but it also feels like we're going to have a lot more of like the stuff with Puff Daddy, kind of I hate calling him that, Diddy, Duddo, I don't know what to call him, D, kind of revelations and things coming out. And it feels like a lot of like shock and awe a little bit. It does feel like it's kind of like that. So I feel like there is going to be more of this, what my guys have called the unearthing, which is everything coming out, all of this stuff coming out, because you have to know it's there and you have to see it to fix it. And it's all coming out. And so thank you, Melanie Sherritt. Thank you. So it's going to be coming out. Everything's coming out. So it feels like a lot of that type of energy. And let me see what else. So a lot of like, a lot of like opinions and things kind of moving around and shifting around as things come out. I think it's going to be hard for people. So, okay, 1 second. I keep getting something with these billionaires, some of these like Musk and people like that, something coming out about him or them or something. There's also something about the churches, like the mega churches and stuff. There's something about that coming out as well. So I feel like there's just a lot more that's going to be circulating before the election and I feel like it's like the Justice Department knocking on people's doors. So I feel like there's action taking place, but at the same time, there's all this stuff coming out and people can't quite wrap their head around it. It's kind of like it's a lot. Thank you, Aunt Dot. And so it just feels like we're reeling a little bit. And but it's also like it's okay. It's meant to come out. It's supposed to come out. I always get there's something with I'm just going to say it. Something with Putin's going to happen. Something with Putin is going to happen. I feel like it's something that either leads to or is his end. So something is happening there. And so, and to me, it feels like it's before the election. Time can be weird, as we know, but it does feel like it's like, oh, it's just around the corner. It has to do with his inner circle, his people right around him. So for entertainment purposes only, but it has to do with them. It's like it's right around him. It's encircling him. I feel like something's going to happen with one of the justices as well. And this does all feel like it's before the election. Maybe it's not. Maybe it rolls into next year, but it does feel like it's almost like it's a freight train, like it's heading towards us. Okay, one second. And I'm getting something with Trump's health. I'm sorry to say, for not for us, for him. Sorry to say for him. I'm getting something with his health. I'm getting something about a nail in a coffin as well. I'm getting 2 coffins. Major upset. So major upset. I feel like there might be something that's maybe not exactly like the Navalny thing, but it's kind of similar. So I feel like there's something about that as well. I know this is a lot. I'm sorry. It's just kind of like it's just coming out, and something about 2 coffins. So either it could be I don't know why it's coming through as coffins. So it's either like 2 deaths or 2 like ends to careers or ends to something. Something is definitely coming to an absolute end. And something is the nail in the coffin. So, okay. So that's what I got. Why that all came out about before the election, but I think there's a lot that's going to happen before the election still. Yeah.
There was a popular question on Reddit today. What would be your reaction if Donald Trump died tonight? The top response was, wouldn't it be really weird if he did die tonight? And then the responses are, the original poster is going to get raided by the FBI if he does.
Oh, Reddit. Dakota Adams is the son of, you shoot your eye out, Stuart Rose of the Oath Keepers. And for me, he's running as a Dem in Montana. Will he win? Dakota Adams. He really doesn't like his dad. I don't know if that's already been established, but he's really, to me, he comes across as like glad his dad's in jail, glad he's off the street. They thought he was dangerous, glad he's in prison, that kind of thing. He's very clear on good guys and bad guys, who the good people are, who the bad people are, who's right and who's wrong, he's very has clarity about, because I feel like he's been fed certain things a lot of his life, but he's figured it out. And I feel like that's him saying that, like, I know who the good guys are. I know who the bad guys are. I know who's right and I know who's wrong. And he wants to be part of what's right. And he wants to stick it to his dad. So that's what I got about him. Oh, thank you, Duchess Margaret. Thank you. So nice of you. So that's what I'm just picking up about him. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this guy, but that's what I'm picking up on him. But will he win? Will he win? I feel like he's going to get a lot of a lot of obnoxious kind of people trying to stop him, but I feel like he might win. It feels like very loud opposition, but I feel like it's not. I feel like he might win, which is really weird, but I feel like he might actually pull it off. He's really smart. He's a smart, and his dad is not stupid. His dad he just has really weird ideas, and he's a narcissist and kind of has those delusions of grandeur kind of thing. But I feel like he's smart. This kid is smart, and his dad is also smart, but it's like one went one way and one went the other way. But I feel like he's a smart kid. He may be able to do this. He definitely is like knocking on the right doors, like knows how things work. He has an understanding of how things operate and how things work and who you need to talk to or get in the good graces of to get things moving. So whatever happens is this campaign or what he does will have some influence. So that's what I got with him.
Yeah, I had remembered that Rhodes is actually quite an educated man. He actually graduated from Yale. He was radicalized after 9/11. What was the Patriot Act? He became concerned about that, and that sort of like set him on this path of radicalization. But he's also a complete and utter asshat, and his family, right? Like mistreated his wife and family, and Dakota was instrumental in getting them out. He basically became the father figure in that family.
Oh, wow.
He changed his name to Dakota Adams from Rhodes because he wants nothing to do with his dad.
Yeah, because they do feel like complete opposite. Like both, like I said, both intelligent. Like they have some things in common, but they seem like they are on the opposite ends of everything. They just seem like complete opposites in every other way, But he's a smart kid, and he knows he knows more than you would think he knows about all of this stuff. How to get in there, how to get a campaign going, who to talk to, who to get in good graces with. He knows stuff, so he may pull this out. Yeah, the whippersnappers. Patricia asked why fish in Florida are spinning, swimming in circles until they die. At least 200 incidents have been logged, including over 30 species of fish. Okay, let me see what this is. Okay, what I'm getting like a brain damage, but I'm also getting something with sound. So 1 second, let me see what this is. Pulsating or pulsating? I'm getting a really low wom, 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 like that kind of sound. And then there's something about it hurting or damaging the brain. So sonar. And it's like it is like being like it's almost stuck in neutral or being stuck. There's something about that. It's like they can't get out of what they're showing it like being stuck in neutral, being like they can't get out of a certain mode, and that's all I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know if that makes any sense. That's what I got on that. Weird. That's really weird. Oh, Earth Mama said many people hear that as well. Interesting. Weird. Okay. I was just reading this, Adam. Somebody said, and thanks for saying this, because I always feel like, is that right? What is that? Like, especially if it doesn't make complete sense. It's kind of a half making sense. But somebody said, oh, Heather JM says you are right. They have done studies that the fish are being affected by acoustics that confuse them. There's also something in the water that is poisoning them. Interesting. Maybe that's where like the brain damage thing comes in. So maybe they're much more susceptible or something. Interesting. Oh, Adam has left the building. So oh, interesting. Military started underwater sonar testing again. The change was under Trump. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right.
It all goes back to Trump.
It always goes back to Trump, right? Anything awful, you can trace it back to Trump somehow, some way. Okay. Robert J. Kennedy made his VP pick. Are we all excited? Apparently she was a donor, so that's great. Will RJK's campaign implode soon, or will he do Biden damage? Okay. Let's see. It's kind of like I feel like the closer we get, the more that people fall away from him. So whatever happens, whatever's happening in the world, it makes people more wanting stability and normalcy and kind of not clinging to Biden, but kind of like going in that direction rather than some other kind of more unknown direction. So that's what I'm getting, is that the closer we get, the more people are going to fall away from RFK. That's what it feels like.
I put RJK. It's Saturday. Apparently my brain switched off for the weekend.
Okay. That's okay. We're out of practice. Robert Kennedy. How is Pope Francis's health? Just saying, Janice said he looks terrible. Okay, Pope Francis. Did he have pneumonia, or he has pneumonia, or maybe he's coming down with pneumonia, but I'm getting something about pneumonia. touch and go. So his health is touch and go. So it's up and down, basically. I got something about pneumonia. So I feel like his health is not that great, but it feels touched like he could come back. He could come back, but when I feel him is kind of to me, it feels like his, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's touch and go. His life force feels like he's struggling. That's what I want to say. But I feel like I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to put that but I feel like, because I feel like he could rally and be okay. But it feels like kind of a struggle for whatever reason. But like I said, it feels like pneumonia. Like a weakness and breathing and that kind of thing. So, we'll just put good vibes out there and hopefully he can rally. But yeah, it seems like a struggle to me. What are the terrible twosome, aka Jared and Ivanka, up to? Are they steering clear of the disaster that is the Trump campaign? Oh, I think they will. And I feel like there's a big thing over money right now with them. I am sure he has asked them to bail him out, and I feel like there's just they're not going to. They don't want to. It is like they just don't want to be involved. It's like they just want to stay away. They just want to. It's like my guys are showing like closing the blinds and turning off the lights, like pretending like you're not home. That's what it's like. So they're acting like I feel like they're kind of acting like they're too busy. They've got too much to do. They've got too much on their plate. They can't really, handle anything else. And but they don't want to be involved. And they really are afraid of some old things coming back to haunt them. So I feel like they're being very, not just staying out of the stuff with Trump, it's trying to just stay out of things at all, pretending like they're not there, pretending like that, trying to stay in the shadows. They don't want to remind people that they're there. I feel like they're afraid of things coming back to haunt them, old things. So yeah, so that's what I got with them. They're pretending like they're not home. Evan Gershkovich, Wall Street Journal reporter, has been in prison in Russia for a year now. Will he get out, and when? Evan Gershkovich. I mean, I feel like they're trying to get him out. Just so you know, I feel like they are trying. They haven't forgotten who's over there. So I know that the press forgets and we don't hear about it, but I feel like they're trying. That's what it feels like. And they get close and then things fall through, or they get close and something else happens. So I feel like it's like a yo-yo, or like it's bouncing back and forth. feel like they're not, it's like Russia or Putin or whatever, they're not in the mood to make a deal right now. It's like they're not in the mood to negotiate. They're not in that mood right now. But I feel like they keep trying. They're going to keep trying. So I think we just need to really remember these people in our prayers and really try to manifest these things into moving forward, because I feel like the effort is there. They're really trying. Putin's a jerk, he's a jerk. So he's going to be a jerk. And, but yeah, so that's what I got. I feel like there's a very good chance that he can get out. I don't know how soon it will be. That's what I'm feeling. So, okay. Did Putin have anything to do with the attack in Moscow as a false flag operation? He did it with bombings years ago. Oh, with Chechnya. Okay. No, I just got to know. No, the people that did it hate him. I think it actually was ISIS or something similar. Entertainment purposes only, but it does feel like a kind of a radical group that hates him. Yeah, that's what I got. I don't feel like it's him.
Yeah, the biggest problem is he ignored U.S. intelligence that warned him, and even publicly put out an alert that there were basically dangers. They were warning like U.S. citizens, and he of course knows better because he's Putin, and any problem can be thrown out of a window and disposed with.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, he thinks, he doesn't trust the West, and it's to his own, it's his own detriment that he's not going to listen to other people besides himself because he knows everything. Last question. DJT is trading a $60.40, trading at $60.40 on the NASDAQ. Has Trump illegally sold any of his shares yet? What is DJT?
Donald John Trump. You can own a bit of him. Kim, I took all of our retirement and I put it all into DJT because
I took all our money and put it into his Bibles. Oh, we should have talked to each other first.
Did you get his shoes?
Of course I did. Okay. Has Trump illegally sold any of his shares yet? Okay. I think he has done something weird through one of his kids or through his kids, because I keep seeing Don Jr. for some reason. So there, or he will be doing something weird with through one of his kids. So that's all I'm getting on that right now. So I either say he did do something weird already, or he's going to be doing something, and it will be through one of his kids. Through I'm getting Junior, but Eric is so nondescript and non-essential that he may just not be showing up. But it's with his kids. Oh, he's on the board. Okay, thank you, Chicky. So okay, so yeah, I'm getting something with one of his kids. Interesting.
So actually, follow-up question from me then. Can you look at whether this is a pump and dump scheme? Like how will this how do your guides think this will end?
Okay. Let's see. So I don't know how this would work, but they're talking about it's like showing one value, but it being another undervalue or something, and showing another. So it's almost like it's like a what is it called? Bitch and a bitch, bait and switch.
Bait and switch,
not
yeah.
bitch, not bitch and switch.
Bitch and switch.
Like a bait and switch kind of thing. Like it's this, but it's really this. So I don't know. That's sort of how it's appearing to me. But it's like they're showing it as low, but it's really high, or they're showing it as high, but it's really low, or something like that. But it's like a bait and switch.
Okay. The fact is, right, the company is not nearly worth it. On paper, it's billions, like 5 billion or whatever it is, and his VAT portion of that is like $3 billion or something. But if you look at the actual fundamentals of the company, it's reached the amount of advertising dollars. It lost $50 million recently, like that was a quarter a month. It's not on a path to any kind of financial success. So it's all being held. It's basically, it's a Ponzi scheme, except no one's getting paid except Donald Trump.
Okay. Thank you, Truth. That's so nice of you. A super sticker. Somebody just said that would be pump and dump. So that's just like how it comes, how it comes across. But you know that it's real. That's how it's coming across to me. And I'm just not familiar, but that's really interesting. And can you believe there's even like one person left in the world that would do business with Donald Trump, or one person in the world that would trust him? It's just unbelievable that these people just, what did they think? I mean, one after the other, Mike Pillow and, his lawyers. And I mean, all of them have just been completely screwed over. And there's still people that are willing to think that they're going to come out ahead some way. It's so crazy. Let me go back up here.
By the way, you called Mike Lindell Mike Pillow, I think.
Mike Pillow. Well, that's what they call him. Isn't that what they call him? Mike Pillow. So thank you, Truth. And thank you, Eileen A. Goldstein. Thank you so much for the stickers, you guys. Marjorie Harrison, thank you so much. Thanks so much, you guys. All right. Well, it's been a blast. Have a great, I'm going to be on tomorrow with Mike Free, who's an astrologer, for our Sunday chat. So come and hang out there. And I put him on Easter, and I didn't even realize it was Easter Sunday, but he's like, oh, that's fine. Let's do it anyway. So we're going to do it. We'll just have a conversation about astrology. And so please come and hang out. Thank you, Adam. Say hi to Luca. Give Luca and the kitty a big hug for me, and yourself a big hug for me. I miss you guys. And I'll see you soon. But thanks, Adam, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and do some name checking here. Thank you guys personally for coming out and hanging out. Okay. And Marjorie, thank you so much for the super sticker. So Marjorie Harrison, Dwight Lindgren, Jess R, Jamie Johnson, and Patricia, thank you for being the greeter tonight with impromptu. Thank you so much. Jamie Johnson, James Cox, Sue Ellen S, Tammy Aldrich, Dr. Nancy Living Co-Creatively, Shelly S, Spirit Made Me Do It. Hi, Marcy, Craig Dixon, Melissa Miller, Marjorie Harrison again. Thank you so much. T-Barb, Diana Hill, Be Still, Be lower, or what is it called? Cursor Still, Celtic Seer, Jess R, Kimmy G, Sharon Sight, Adam, Thanks so much. Shelly S, May K, thank you. Carol Lamb, Amy Hughes, Janet N. And I put out the calendar for the for our members. So go, and it's on the member section on the main page, the main Intuitive View page. So go ahead and it's for the next quarter. So it has all our movies and the nights for our mini readings and everything. So, okay. Janet N, UB Jr., Smiling Heart, Cynthia Pierce, Stephanie Staley, Shelly S, James Cox. Thank you so much. Therese Ford. Whoops. Ah. Oh, I lost my place. Cha-cha. Oops. What did Oh gosh, sorry guys if I missed. Pomely Stevens, Sharon Saib, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Sterling Roses, Blue Moon, Janet Claire, Carol Michael, thanks so much. Mary Weatherhead, T-Barb, Dan Artist Painter, Denise McMullen, Smiling Heart, Sue F, Shelly S, Alice L, Sterling Roses, I think I already said that one. Craig Dixon, Diane Silky, Prince Charming's mom. Yeah, okay, I think that's Mary Fanoof. Hi. Okay, everybody. Oh, Music RN Diana. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Have a great Easter. And I will see you guys in a couple weeks. We'll do our regular Thursday Night Live next week, but the week after. Lucretia Valdez, Bohemian Melody. How much of names are coming in? Bohemian Melody. Lucretia Valdez. Liz L. Sue Ellen Hunter. Debbie K. Stephanie Staley. And Artist Liz. Okay, Music RN Diana. Cherry Berry. Shelly S. Anybody else? Okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, and Jamie Johnson.